This is a funkadelic episode we got for you. The dozen, episode 12 of Across the Board podcast. Welcome, everyone. That was a funky song. Thank you, Andres, for picking that up. Welcome, everyone. Across the Board podcast, episode 12. Find us on Instagram at the Across the Board podcast, on Facebook at the same name. Subscribe on iTunes and Google Play at the Across the Board podcast. Today's episode might as well just be called Whiteout.
Boston's whiteout.
Boston's whiteout, man. We had this bomb cycle hit us in the Northeast.
Call it the Bic.
The Bic. Across the board is my boy Dre. What's up, Dre?
Yo, what's going on, man?
To my right is usually Rick, but what a surprise. He's missing again.
Man, this is who calls out. What does he think?
Man, this is like his third call out. I don't think he deserves a written warning.
Nah, dude. At this point, you're about to get fired.
Just fire, man. No pension.
I don't know,
with
man.
With pension?
Maybe it's suspension. I don't know.
We'll suspend them. But Rick, if
I never called out this many times from work.
Rick, if you're listening to this, please show up to work. And don't blame it on the snow, which we had a lot of this week. Crazy bomb cycle. What was it? Storm Grayson.
Grayson?
Like Grayson Allen from Duke. Anyways, we'll talk about that.
Short week this week.
We're going to talk about some NFL picks. The season is over. And now we have the NFL playoffs coming up. We got the tallies to see who got the most right.
We already know. We did it beforehand, and there's some surprising numbers.
We'll get that. Speaking about dropping a bomb, Eminem, since he dropped this album, is in every freaking single festival nowadays.
Yeah, so what I read with that is basically, he knew he was dropping the album, so his promoter just started signing him up for festivals. So this dude's in every festival you could think of.
And one festival that Anders and I went to last year we really liked was Boston Calling. And yes, he will be in Boston Calling. And yes, we will be buying tickets for it once they fucking find out what day he is and the price, whatever the case.
Whatever day he's headlining and his day comes out.
We're headlining over there.
We're on the way.
We're headlining over there.
So if y'all listening to us, y'all know us, reach us if you want to be part of this group.
Get this group discount. To go back to sports, Celtics on a big run, man. They beat some good teams recently, and they just beat the Minnesota Timberwolves today. We'll talk about that. But let's get about the cyclone, man. How much snow did you get, Andres?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't go out there and measure. I know it was definitely more than a foot.
It's a blizzard, man. It's a blizzard, man.
I didn't go out there with a freaking measuring tape. All I know is it was up to my knees, I guess.
It's a lot of snow, man. It's crazy when this blizzard. I almost kind of rather have. Pre-pause. Give me just 10 inches normally. Instead,
is that what you're about?
Instead of blizzardy 10 inches, because if you think about it, certain place depending where you live, certain spots are 15 inches and certain spots are 2 inches.
Sure.
So it's kind of uneven. So
right.
you may be walking to your car or something, and you might step in a spot where it's above your knees, but then 3 steps later is on your ankles. That to me annoys the fuck out of me, bro.
That's the problem with winters, I guess. But it was an interesting thing because we got this. I was telling Heather this last week. I seen this picture on Reddit and it was yo, we're about to get slammed with snow. I'm like, okay, so I guess we'll get slammed with snow. And I told her, and, she didn't believe. She kind of didn't believe me. She was like, oh, it's just gonna be a normal. But look at that. You know what's her saving grace? A snowblower, dude.
Yeah, man.
Those things are. If you own a home and you have a driveway. Yo, get yourself a snowblower.
I don't even own a home, and yes, you need to have a snowblower.
Right.
Could you imagine yourself shoveling that with one shovel?
Nah, man. That's why I'm not imagining.
Because you don't want that headache.
Nah, man, that's terrible.
That must have sucked. Yeah, there's a lot of places in downtown Boston where we live.
Got flooded, dude.
Got flooded. Chelsea was covered in ice.
Quincy got flooded.
Some places in Quincy where they have little rivers or little crooks, whatever, nookie, whatever it is. Yeah, basically, just the tide just rose. And
it was a combination because it was the blizzard, it was high tide, it was the supermoon, so all that together.
It was the bomb cycle, bro.
Yo, man,
it was apparently for a little bit.
All I know is there's gonna be a lot of people call their insurance.
Oh my god!
In these couple of days,
imagine
talk about their car got flooded.
This is in flood insurance here must be cheap compared to like Florida. Now it's like they're being put to use right now.
Well, see, one thing I've learned about flood insurance is mandated and regulated by the government.
Yeah.
So they have certain things like that is regulated, but like you said, it might be a whole different scenario because if you're in Revere, you think
it's much.
If you're by the coastal line, yes, definitely you're gonna need flood insurance.
Yeah.
But this was way beyond that because like there was places in like Quincy where you just inland. Like didn't think about that.
Inland, basically, yeah, where there was rivers, like inland. Where those rivers are just little like
the Positive Ave extension got flooded.
Yeah, things like that, man. Like you never think of that shit would happen. But from my understanding of bomb cycle, whatever the fuck there's other than a name for, is that the low pressure and the high pressure got together and created this hurricane in the winter whatever it is.
Sounds like a movie in the next 10 years.
Yeah, the day after tomorrow, part 2.
Not even that, but like remember the perfect storm?
Yeah, oh yeah, but
it was like the 3 storm that got together and ended up the crazy nor'eastern and shit.
I'm sure like Mark Wahlberg will star in this movie. But it was crazy, man. We did get a lot of snow. Not that we never gotten snow in the past. I mean, we did survive winter 2014. Remember that? Like 4 blizzards in a row.
Yeah, but this is on some other stuff.
This shit.
Got dumped quick.
Yeah,
nobody was expecting the flooding.
Nobody was. And that's the key right there. Floods.
Yeah.
That was the key. But it was a big one. A lot of people got time off of work. Schools were closing.
I worked only 2 days this week.
Hey man, I worked 3 days, but still, that today when I did my day job, it was basically a desert. Nobody was there. Everybody stayed home because the kids didn't have school.
Well, there was some stations that got flooded too, so some people couldn't even go into work. Did South Station get flooded?
No.
I know.
Not South Station. There was another station. But funny that you mentioned that.
Aquarium got flooded.
The aquarium was the one that got flooded. Yeah. And outside of Atlantic Avenue where the Boston Aquarium is. Funny that you say that because I think Tuesday, 2 days before the storm, downtown Crossing, there was like a water leak, and all the trains were just...
there was a main broke.
Yeah, there were all the trains were just bypassing that station all afternoon, kind of like foreshadowing what was going to happen. But yeah, bomb cycle, man, that shit was crazy. We survived it. We're here. We're alive. Hopefully this is not the reason why Ricky called out today. You think this is the reason?
He's still digging out his SUV from the snow.
Man, I didn't... Yeah. I did... Now, one thing that I messed up was, and I think this is what's wrong, I was on the highway earlier today with my car, and and this is just me taking it out now. I didn't clean or anything. And I was going probably above 50 miles per hour, and then it started wobbling.
Yeah, so that's what happens is you have snow in your tires, like in the rims.
Yep.
So that's what when we get dumped like snow like this, I would have done this with my car today if it wasn't for the fact that it was like, it's freezing outside.
Yes.
Like if it wasn't freezing outside, I'd take it to a car wash.
Yeah, and power wash it.
And not even that, I wouldn't get out the car. I would take it to one of those drive-thru ones. And just have as soon as water starts hitting and getting all that like snow off your rims, it's a whole different scenario.
It was it was scary. And as soon as it started wobbling, I'm like, yep, I know what happened. And I got out, I cleaned it a little bit, and when I was coming here to record, I wasn't going. I take local roads, and it wasn't wobbly, but we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow I'll look at it.
It's just snow in the rims, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's what's creating...
It's unbalanced.
It's unbalanced, right. Unbalanced. Basically, your wheels are unbalanced, so it doesn't know.
Yeah. All right, man. Boston Calling. Eminem. Let's talk about it. How much are the tickets? Are you buying? Yes, you're buying. We're going. How many people? Talk to me.
So if you haven't paid attention to recent news, Boston Calling came out. Lineups is out, people. We have, what do we got here? Let's see.
Well,
we have Eminem. Eminem is headlining one day. We know that for a fact. And that's why we really paying attention to this. But also we have, we have
Eminem,
the Killers, and Jack White are the other two headlining.
Yeah.
acts.
So they're most likely going to headline either out of those 3, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
One will headline each.
Right, exactly.
Was Chance the Rapper the other one or no?
Chance the Rapper was last year.
Okay.
When we went, it was he headlined the Friday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And when we went, we went for Major Lazer, and we went for
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys know Boston Calling. It's like whatever those festivals that have many artists or
It's
DJs.
a music festival.
It's a music festival,
like
you know. Obviously,
Minnesota has theirs. New York is the Governor's Ball.
Miami
California
has Ultra.
is
Coachella.
Coachella, you know.
Coachella.
Coachella. Then you have
Burning Man, Lollapalooza.
The Burning Man's not like, it's a different type of festival. But you have South by Southwest,
Lollapalooza,
the Electric Zoo.
Yeah. So basically, and because obviously this is brand new to Boston, it's only like the 5th year or so like that. We're not gonna get big names. Like obviously only the headline.
I mean, we got
we got big names, but like the headliners, not like every single name is a big name, as opposed to like Governor's Ball, where like the artist playing at 5 p.m. It's someone that would headline here. You know what I mean?
I mean, let's look at the numbers. So we
Yeah.
have Eminem, who's a big act. You know,
Obviously,
Jack
yeah.
White is also a big act, and the
yes.
Killers are a big act.
Yeah.
But then under that, you have Paramore. They're known.
Yeah. Yes.
You have Khaled. He's known. He's an up and coming like R&B artist.
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller. He's known also.
Oh, that's right.
You have also Brockhampton. It's a hip hop group that's getting a lot of like backing right now. Like if you go around, Royal Blood is another. It's 2 guys. They're like I didn't realize who they were. So I looked at the picture when you look at Boston Calling. I'm like, wait a second. I heard some people talking about this, you know?
Portugal the Man. I remember he has that song. They have that song. Whatever. I think that's the song. Yeah.
Daniel Caesar.
Yeah. Now that I'm reading this again, yeah, you're right.
Daniel
Belly.
Caesar is a huge. It's an upcoming R&B artist. Belly. I was thinking it was Belly, the XO Tour Life.
It's not him.
It's not. It's a group,
which
I'm kind of sad because if it was Belly, the hip hop artist,
yeah,
that would have been better.
No, it's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good.
Oh, they have West Side Gun and Conway, who are the two acts Eminem signed the day of the BET Awards.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
We also who we have here. Kayla 47. She's that female rapper who's also getting a lot of traction. You know, there's some acts here like for us because what we listen to is mostly hip hop and maybe we'll do some R&B, but like there's some things to listen to.
At the bottom, I assume that's like the comedy. Why is Natalie Portman there?
Because she does that every year.
She does comedy.
She does it's like a movie or something. Natalie Portman presents. Oh, you know what else I was seeing? Who's on this? That Tyler the Creator. So Tyler the Creator is also, you know, he's a big hip hop artist.
Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah, he is. He's right.
Oh, I see. That's right. Oh, that was the other one I was thinking about. So not Chance the Rapper, Tyler the Creator. Yeah.
So Tyler the Creator is also on tour with Vince Staples. So there's a huge chance Vince Staples is gonna pop up to do the show.
I'm sure
with
once Eminem comes out, all these are it's gonna be. I hope that day that Eminem's like a Saturday or something. It's not like it's. Boston Calling is on Memorial Day weekend anyway, so that's Sunday.
So I'm pretty sure like West Side Gun and Conway are gonna be
with Eminem
during the Eminem
and
you know?
Yeah, that'll be crazy. But yeah, sure, man, we're going. Anders and I, we're trying to get a group together. Definitely going. But last year was really cool. It sucked that it rained.
Right, that's the one thing I hope it doesn't do this year. Like it doesn't rain because it's a muddy. It's a field. It's in the Harvard Athletic Center, so it's a field. So if it's not raining, it's straight. Like
it's straight,
super cool.
And go ahead, and it'll still be like.
They did a good job. I mean, the day we went, I've talked to other people, and they told us it was really muddy and whatnot. But the day we went, they put a lot of boards down.
Yeah, they did a good job.
It up.
And even if it doesn't rain, like people can spill drinks and blah blah. And then the more you step on, I know it's not the same. It's not like mud, but it will be much better shape if it doesn't rain, especially if it's sunny and if it's hot outside.
I don't want it to be hot. I want it to be cool, like a good. It's spring, so I want it to be like a nice 70 something,
like mid 70s, and then at night gets cool, like low 70s.
Yeah, like highest 80, if that. But that's okay. You know.
Yeah, you don't want it to be scorching hot because it'll be crazy. Yeah,
you want it to be cool, so while you're drinking, you're chilling.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about drinking, they said they were going to put twice as many bars, twice as many food, twice as many bathrooms, which will be great. I highly recommend you guys. It's expensive, but I highly recommend getting the VIP tickets.
Like we didn't wait that long for bathrooms.
No,
the main time we waited longest was after our set was done.
Yeah, because then that's when everybody's switching stages or whatever. Blah.
But when we went to the bathroom, we were in our VIP areas. They weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad. They weren't
they
bad.
ran out of the liquor. They started running out of liquor.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Well, they ran out of beer. Yeah.
They ran out of the specialty beers, like that soda that beer soda.
Because everybody wanted it. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was. Yeah. It was lit.
It was litty, man. It was a good time. We're gonna go most likely. Obviously, I'm sure we'll still be doing the podcast by then. We'll do
definitely. Maybe we'll actually get some other people to join us.
Yeah, like our other a third person.
Man, this show, man.
This show is gonna be the across the board podcast with just two guys.
The next show, if Ricky don't show, we're gonna be like the R.I.P. Ricky show.
Yeah. All right.
What else we got? Let's
talk about this Celtics. Celtics played today. They just beat Minnesota. They just beat the top 5 teams in the West at least once. Because some of them they played twice. And 5 teams in the West:
Minnesota, Rockets, Golden State,
San Antonio, and OKC. And they also beat Cleveland and Toronto.
Right.
So that's 7. The 7. Well, if you don't count the Celtics, 7 top teams. They already beat them once. The Celtics are legit.
Yeah, no, they're legit. The one team I fear from this is Wizards. Wizards give them a lot of trouble.
Oh my God, the Wizards! They're just like that team that to bring it to another sport.
It's like this dude just wants to show off.
John Wall.
Yeah, he just wants to show off for the Celtics.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's effective though.
Is there some scorched earth? Like, did we not pick him up or something?
Something like that. But the Celtics are doing pretty good, man. Kyrie Irving is. Obviously, Kyrie Irving, but the good.
But you see, the thing is, he's not just scoring. That's the key. That's what I really was. That's one of my fears that I had when he came over. I didn't want him to be that person who just he does some good scoring, like he finishes his buckets. But I didn't want him to be like a Russell Westbrook.
No, well.
I don't want him. Well,
I know what you mean. Like you don't want him to be like a scoring only guy, like Kemba Walker.
You don't need him to hog the ball because we have the rookies that we need to
Tatum
get
and
better.
Brown.
Right. We need these guys who step up.
You want him to be a point guard, a facilitator, like make people better around him. And this game, I don't know if you saw it on this game. They were, fucking Karl Anthony Towns. He was doing pretty good. I mean, he had like 23 rebounds. They were down.
Yeah, no, the Minnesota played great. They didn't have their defense sucked. Well, didn't Karl Anthony Towns had like 23 rebounds or something?
Yeah,
he had like
23,
a shit ton of rebounds.
Yeah, a lot of rebounds.
But
and they have good players, and they were like they're
an effective team.
They're a good team,
but
man.
our defense is number 1.
Yeah, when it comes down to crunch time, like the Celtics they're just too good.
No, you know who's crazy? Rozier's putting on a show.
Yo, that dude off the bench is like out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere, because he's been like this the whole season.
Strutting coming off the bench.
Out of the whole season, and that's what they need. The Celtics need like their bench to be effective night in and night out.
Yeah, we have some injuries,
Yeah, I mean that's expected. Every team has injuries, and it's just basically next man up. But you can't expect, because when the Celtics went on that 16-game winning run, they were great. Obviously, they didn't lose the game.
Right.
But then after then, they've just been playing 500 ball. They've just been like losing one, winning one, losing one, and winning one. And a lot of the blame goes to the bench, because like after Kyrie Irving or Brown or Tatum, after they score and they go to the bench, then Marcus Smart comes out and she goes like 0 for 19 for 3. He kills you shooting, but then he can win you a game by making that one shot. But then like he puts you in a hole a lot.
But those after the 16-game win streak, that we had the issue where like. We had a few key, like Brown was injured.
Yeah, Brown was injured for a while.
We had Horford injured.
Yeah, concussion.
And we had 2 people had their face broken.
Yeah. Tice and Kyrie Irving.
Right. Tice was out a little longer.
Yeah, he was out longer. Yeah.
We also had what's our defense? No, Marcus
Smart was out for a little bit too.
The Twins.
Oh, Morris.
He's still out.
Yeah. He's sporadic, which he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy off the bench, or sometimes when he scores, man.
And then our other big man was also a little injured.
Baines. Yeah. That fucking Aussie, Australian, whatever, New Zealand guy, Australian. Right. But yeah, Celtics are doing good. Coming up to the All-Star break. Best team in the league. I don't know. You still have the Golden State and Houston, but
like I said, we have the Wizards still. We have to watch out for.
Yeah.
John Wall's trying to show something. Him plus what's the other
Brendan
kid?
Beal.
Brendan Beal.
Yeah.
They're tough.
They're tough, man. They're a tough dynamic duo, but they're the tough team. Speaking about the other team in New England, this fucking article that came in at 3 in the morning on Friday morning about the Patriots. This fucking turmoil, man. Like, the article, I don't know if you read it, Anders, but the article basically says, and we won't go too much into it because there's a lot to talk about in the article. Basically says how it makes Brady looks like a diva. It makes Robert Kraft seem like a bad owner, like a cocky owner, and it makes Belichick look like a saint, like he's the victim here. Basically, from what this is a few keys that I got from the article. It clearly says that Kraft wanted Garoppolo out because he wanted Brady in his team. He wanted Brady to finish out, and he didn't want Garoppolo in. And Belichick did not want that. Obviously, ownership rules, and they traded him away. And you can see in the press conference that Belichick did about Garoppolo. He was talking about Garoppolo like he was a retired player, like an all-time Patriot. Like, oh yeah, he was this guy. He was really great. We sad to see him let him go, but it had to happen. Blah blah, and among many other things. Yeah. And like, just like that trainer Alex Guerrera, the TB12 method. It's like a lot of shit, man. It's like this might be, according to the article, this might be their last year all together because it's a lot of turmoil.
Right, and that's what I read. I didn't read the article because I just found it to be very wishy-washy. I did read some of those points that you said about Tom Brady's trainer, losing all his access. So that's like things started being rippled. From what I read, it was basically like Brady knew he was going to try to finish his years. So because he knew he was going to finish his years, he demanded that Jimmy G get traded so Belichick doesn't send him or some shit.
Yeah.
So with that, like, I mean, if we go back last year, we didn't trade Jimmy G at the beginning. Like, we all figured he was the next man up.
Yeah.
We expected Brady to be good. We didn't expect the MVP good.
But we've been, and most of you guys know I'm not a Patriots fan, but like, I feel like we've been talking, not me and you, and among all of our friends. Oh, Brady's slipping for like the last 3 years, and he's still been good.
But I never said Brady was slipping. It's just he's never.
No, it's just that the conversation has always been had.
But that's a conversation they're gonna have for every all-star. Like, till you start throwing Peyton Mannings out there with your noodle arms, like
noodle arms.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is one thing that's key. People were talking about is this is one of the more full-length seasons Brady has had.
Yeah.
Because he was suspended last year.
For 4 games.
And then the year before that, he was injured for a couple.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. He missed like a couple games.
The year before that?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that he was injured for a couple games.
Injured, but I don't think he... Anyways, we would have to fact-check that, but...
Maybe. But it wasn't... This is his... It's a full season. He's 40 years old. But the other thing is you got to understand, like, Jimmy G it's his last year of his rookie contract. So they only had 2 choices. Either they sign him for, like, an extension or they franchise him.
And they're not going to pay a backup $25 million.
Right. The backup will be making more than Brady. That's absurd.
No. That's
like, if Brady actually continues playing for 2 more years, let's say he does. Let's say he ends up being 43 years old, still starting quarterback for the Patriots.
And the backup making 25.
Yeah, because they're going to continue having to franchise them. And Jimmy, definitely, I wouldn't. If I was Jimmy, I wouldn't take that. You know why? Because
you want to play.
Yeah,
you want to start. You want to play.
But now you're just sitting in the bench, and you're not. You have no value for another team. What if after those 3 years, there's a phenomenal QB that we all know Belichick is all about those trades. Those poker chips.
Yeah,
he's very good at that.
He knows how to play that. Yeah.
So I have no doubt that he ends up getting some kind of first round pick from some team to turn it into this phenomenal QB out of nowhere. Stupid shit like that.
Yeah, no NFL player wants to just sit like for years and not start. Like, obviously you want to start, you want to play, and like at one point it doesn't become about the money. It becomes about, okay, let's say if they franchised him and he's like, yeah, okay, I'll stay here. And then another year, okay, I'll stay here. Then now he became known. He's known as that guy who just took the money and sat, doesn't really want to lead a team. And what makes you want to lead another team if you go somewhere else, or even stay with that same team.
But it's one of those things where like a player like that, he's young. You have him sitting down he's gonna get rusty.
Yeah.
Then you expect him to lead this franchise.
Yeah, like he's just playing preseason games. You think that's enough?
While everybody around him gets better.
Yeah,
that's not gonna work out.
Nah.
So it's a good thing he got traded to San Francisco, and he's
5-0. He's 5-0. He hasn't lost. He has not lost.
1-2 in New England and 3 in San Fran.
5.
But he's shown he's making his numbers.
Yeah. Another thing from the article was that it implied that if you wanted to get cool with Brady, this is talking about the wide receivers. If you wanted to like have Brady give you the ball, you had to go to his trainer and his trainer only. And according to the article, his trainer, Alex Guerrera, kept saying, "You guys should not be going to the trainers, to the Patriots trainers. Don't lift weights. Follow my method. This is the way to go. This is it. Don't do that. If you really want to get with Brady, this is the way you have to do it." And according to some reports, apparently, the fuck is his name? I forgot his name already. Garoppolo went to see the TB12 guy.
Yeah.
And went to knock on the door. No one answered. And blah, blah, blah. Because they told him, yeah, come on such and such day. We'll treat you.
Sure.
He went. No one answered the door. And then like 2 weeks, and then he complained. He's like, "Oh, what's up, guys?" Like, "Oh, we never told you to come." And then like 2 weeks later, they started treating him or something like that. It's just like a lot of...
It's what other people are saying. It just seems more of a cult than like his trainer just seems like he's getting that cultish mentality.
God. Yeah.
So that right there, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that in the team. So I understand why Belichick would say, "Yo, man, you got to cut that off.
Cut that off. You're not with the team. You're not traveling with the team. Stop fucking talking." Yeah,
right. Don't create a cult in the team, because you know what ends up happening? You create the situation. The Patriots are not the most loved team in the States. So you go create this also cult-like situation.
Is giving them other people more reason to hate you.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
No, it's all nice and great when we're winning games and we're doing it like a good way. It's all terrible when all of a sudden we're the cult of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that look.
And the last thing I'll say about this, it'd be really bad if they don't win the Super Bowl. Because if they don't win the Super Bowl, if they just like lose on a weird fashion, this article's gonna come back to, and they're crumbling with inside. This is Belichick last year. He's gonna go to the Giants. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, there was an article that came out today that said that Belichick was interested in the head coaching job of the Giants.
Oh well, that's another. Yeah, and then
I don't know if I don't see it.
No.
There's a lot of coaching jobs open this year, huh?
Yeah, and McDaniels and not Skarnecki, Mike Patricia may be out too.
Right.
But there's a lot of coaching job, and this is one guy that just got a real good job this week.
Somebody talking about ESPN, right?
ESPN, yeah.
Speaking about ESPN people, let's talk about
John Gruden.
10 years, $100 million at Oakland, plus stock options. Like it's also like owning parts of the franchise.
I don't know. I think I don't know.
There's a lot of like Oakland this is a desperate move.
Well, they're moving to Las Vegas, so
that is also true.
That's big. That's a big contract.
They're banking.
That's a big contract.
They're banking.
Now they did have him as a coach before, and that's a big contract, man. Like,
I mean, from the rumors I've been reading, it's like, yo, this dude, he's still sharp. Like he's been watching videos. Oh yeah, he is an analyst, so he does watch the games. But I guess he also on his downtime he acts like he's still coaching. Like he
breathes football, man.
Oh, he's also
the quarterback camp.
The quarterback camp for kids coming up. Yeah. So he's still doing stuff. And Carr definitely needs a quarterback coach.
He needs a coach.
He needs a coach. He needs somebody to help him out.
Because he's talented. Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree.
Oh, Crabtree's not there no more. You didn't hear?
No, what happened?
Oh, they're cutting him after this year.
Oh.
John's WR1, of the Oakland.
John, yeah.
Yeah, no, Crabtree.
I didn't know that.
Crabtree, they're saying, the rumor from what I read is Crabtree to San Fran with Jimmy G.
That'd be good.
That'd be nasty.
That'd be cool, man.
That'd be cool. Changed the fantasy draft real quick.
That's right, man. Jimmy G will be number one. But yeah,
there's a lot of quarterbacks that look nice. Fucking Texans.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
man, yeah.
Imagine Watson and freaking DeAndre.
Watson,
Ooh.
well, I mean, we saw that.
Yeah,
we did see that.
But that's nobody was picking DeAndre and Watson to start.
No. But that we can talk about fantasy on some other episode. But yeah, he got a big contract, 10 years. It's going to be announced on Tuesday. $100 million. That's obviously, you do the math, 10 per, which is not bad for a coach. Like, coaches get that much. It's just the
but it's not
the
just
length.
that. But it's all like it's the length,
the length, and the stock options,
and then the parts like you own your part ownership of the team.
I think
that right there is crazy.
If you think about it, he's not a nobody. Like, he's John Gruden.
Right. He has legacy in.
Yeah. He has name. He can back up his name. He's gone to He's won a Super Bowl actually with Tampa Bay. He's been successful.
Been around.
He's been around. He's been successful as a coach. He analyzes the shit. Like he knows. He knows the shit. He knows the shit. I'm happy for him. But I'm sad to not see him on Monday Night Football anymore. Him doing the funny business.
Truthfully, I was getting tired of listening to his talk.
Okay.
He would analyze a game. Actually, the best analyzer to me is your QB. Romo is a whole different ballgame.
This dude can tell you the play before it even starts.
He's telling you what's gonna happen,
and
even if it's wrong. He said, "Yeah, that was an option. I was gonna get to that."
Yeah, but he's not that far away from moving. He can still play now if it wasn't for injuries. Like
he's glass, dude. I wouldn't want to put him. You know what's going to be crazy is if Badgers they do who just retired.
Carson Palmer retired.
Yeah, did he have a ring?
No.
Imagine you get signed for the Patriots backup for the playoffs.
That's crazy. And he can. Actually, he can.
Yeah, because
he can.
Because his season's over.
Yeah, he can.
He gets signed. Yeah. Heads up a ring. What's gonna happen to Fitzgerald?
Oh, he signed for one more year. It's not like the quarterback. I don't know who the quarterback will be for them.
He don't have a
next
quarterback
year.
in his coach.
No, but he'll be fine. He'll still be a top wide receiver pick. He's had 2-3 different quarterbacks. Like, he'll be fine. Fitzgerald will be fine. The team itself won't be good though.
Right.
But let's talk about NFL picks. The NFL season's over. We're gonna tally all of our picks that we've been doing. I think since like week 2 or week 3, because we didn't start the podcast since week 1. We missed some weeks. And we want to go to the tallies because every week, me, Andres, and Ricky, even though Ricky has not been here, we've been picking every single game except the Thursday games. And we've been just tallying up to see who has the most right, who has the wrong. So, Andres, what is the final number for this season?
In a surprising turn of events, Ricardo.
Hold on.
Ricardo has finished the season with a grand total of negative 34 points. Just
how many did he have?
He really had. Let's see. He had. What the number?
Wasn't it like 43? That's a
40. What the hell did I lose?
Well, Andres is looking for the papers. This has been a great season of football, especially the trade and deadline, man, where people actually got traded, and it was really crazy. Like Ajayi. Garoppolo and like just a bunch of other people, man. It's been a good season, so it's been really unpredictable and hard to pick these games. But Andres, what's the total?
So Ricky has 44 points.
So 44 right.
44 correct.
Since we started doing
this, and there was a few weeks we missed. So don't take these numbers as every week, every game. We don't vote for Thursday night games.
Yeah, because we do this on Fridays. Yeah,
we missed at least 3 or 4 podcasts, and these aren't really Ricky's picks.
The last few weeks hasn't really Ricky's picks, but we know how Ricky thinks. He always wants to pick the home game.
We know you, Ricky,
and he always wants to pick the home team, and he always wants to pick a team that has something to play for as opposed to the other team.
What he thinks is a sure bet.
Yeah, basically.
Not 100% true.
So Ricky has how much?
44.
All right, so he's third.
So the real game is between me and Elliot.
All right.
So I was leading
for a long time.
For a while.
With
40 points. I was leading coming into last week with 40 points. I have now 47 points. I had 7 correct last week. Elliot started last week with 39 points. He has come back with 10 points this week to give the grand total of 49 points. Elliott has won the NFL picks for the regular season. Wow.
Hey, man, I'm even in shock too, man, because I pick Dallas for during that time where they were just losing
Dallas every week,
except for this last week
yeah.
when they actually beat Philadelphia. I was also picking Cleveland to get their first win for a while, which obviously we know now they went 0-16. This week just fell right for me.
They were close though. If Pittsburgh almost lost that game.
Pittsburgh almost lost that game, man. But
Juju Smith came out of nowhere,
man. But it was crazy, man. Like, who do you give? All right, so now that the season is over, who do you give the MVP to? If you were to who would you give the MVP to?
Like player, NFL player?
Yeah.
I mean, as a homer, I would give it to Brady.
Okay, but don't be a homer.
Brady's,
he's deserving of it. Don't get me wrong. He's deserving
of it.
He's not. You picking him. Just not. You're not.
That's not a bad answer. Do
you want to hear mine?
I think a very good choice would be Wentz too, or Gurley, right?
Yeah.
Wait, who got the rushing title? Was it Gurley or was
Gurley?
Gurley got the rushing title? No, it was
Le'Veon Bell.
No.
You mean the most yards?
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell got the most yards, but the most.
No, wasn't it the kid from Kansas City?
Hunt?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he only needed like 12, and he did it and then left the game.
Oh, I didn't.
That's what they were saying.
But that's one thing.
That's a rushing title.
Yeah, but that's okay. Whatever, most rushing yards, but that doesn't mean. But
no, the most valuable game. Like, yes, definitely. Wentz is valuable. He became very valuable, but then
I'd say it's between Gurley and Brady now. If Wentz was still playing, I would have put him in as well.
Gurley had some real.
Gurley. Actually, I have four people. Even though wide receiver, a quarterback almost always win this, but obviously you can't give it to what's his name? Oh my God, I'm blanking now. Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He's obviously always in the conversation, but he got hurt.
If we talk about got hurt, Watson was a lead contender.
He was a leading contender to win the Rookie of the Year and MVP, but he got hurt. Obviously, Drew Brees is always in it. It looked like at the beginning that obviously Elliott was in it, but him getting suspended, that knocks him out. I think my top three would be Brady, Gurley, and Wentz, but I knock Wentz out because of the fact that he got hurt and he missed those two games, and the other people played every other single game.
Right. If it's every single game, you definitely want to go between Gurley and Brady.
Now,
and Goff,
Jared Goff, kind of. And the only reason why I would slightly give it to Gurley was I don't think the Patriots, because even in some games that the Patriots won, Brady did awful. And a lot of the games that the Rams won, it was because of Gurley. Right. And obviously MVP stands for most valuable player. And again, no discredit to Brady. He's very valuable to the team. But I don't think some of those games that they won, it wasn't because of him. And I think more of the games that the Rams won was because of Todd Gurley. And that's why I would slightly give it to Gurley. Second, I would give it to Brady. Third, Antonio Brown if he was still playing. But then I'll say third between Brown and Wentz. That's my picks.
All right. No, I can get behind that.
That's all I can do.
It looks like Brady's winning it. So.
We'll see.
I don't know. How about Rookie of the Year?
Oh, man. It has to. Hold on. I got to sneeze.
Well, we take a moment to wait for this man to come back from his thunderous sneeze.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, obviously.
You give it to Kamara?
Yeah, man. Like, who? Dude, yes. Alvin Kamara. It would have been Dalvin Cook, but dude got hurt. It would have been Deshaun Watson, but he got hurt.
Watson, damn.
Yeah, I would Kamara. Like, there's no.
How about defensive?
There's that guy from
the Saints.
Yes,
Lattimore.
Yes,
I would give it to Lattimore. Nasty cornerback. He was the one that got in the scuffle with
Mike Evans.
Yeah,
and then Jameis Winston was it? Yeah, I would give it to him. He's pretty good, man.
I was thinking Lattimore. That was one of my picks.
Lattimore and Kamara, I would give the Rookie of the Year and all this and that.
Who are the other top leading rookies?
Kareem Hunt.
Hunt is one.
Kareem Hunt is another one. I can't think off the top of my head.
Like we said, Watson was
Watson. What's another one?
He went down.
He went down. There's one rookie wide receiver. It's not Corey Davis from Tennessee. He's a rookie, but I don't think he was that. He was out for a while.
Wait, how about the tight end for the Giants?
Oh yes, Ingram. Yes,
Ingram?
yes. There you go. You're right, Ingram, and whatever first name is Ingram. Yeah, he was basically the only good thing for the Giants.
Right.
The only good thing for
After
the Giants.
Meltdown.
Gallman is a rookie too, but not that he did a lot of shit. But
No.
yeah, that's about it. But like playoffs. Let's get this on. Let's pick.
4 games is for the wild card.
Yeah,
The wild card.
this is the wild card weekend. Yeah.
So we have 4 games. If you're not paying attention, this is when you pay attention.
Yep.
It's an afternoon game and a night game on Saturday, and then we have a 1 o'clock game and an afternoon game. They're both afternoon game. 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
Saturday is 4 p.m. and 8.
Right.
And then Sunday's 1 and 4 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
So they give you the time to do your morning stuff and your night stuff on.
All
so
right.
we have
What's the first one?
Tennessee and at Kansas City. So here's the killer. Kansas City looked phenomenal to start off the year.
Oh yeah.
And then they got hit with the bug. And then they started losing game. They went from being talked about, they were the only undefeated team, to losing straight games back to back.
Yeah.
So they went to looking like the sure bet to now fighting to stay in the playoffs.
Yeah, and the only reason why they have a home game is because they won their weak ass division. But yeah, they're in it. They're facing
Tennessee. And Tennessee's not a great team.
And DeMarco Murray's not playing. He's out for the game.
And I don't know, man. I feel like I'm gonna give it to KC for this one.
You can put me for KC too. KC although they were really good and they were bad in the middle, they're still Kansas City and they're still in their home.
Tennessee does not look that great.
No.
Like Tennessee, they're above average team to me.
They won. Yeah, like unless Mariota has this crazy ass game where he throws like 3 touchdowns.
He shows out of nowhere in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and this is his first time in the playoffs anyway. So we'll see. And Kansas City's been in the playoffs. They know what they're doing.
So here's the question: do you want to do Ricky's picks or do you want to not? That's the question. We have this mythical being that shows up every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean we've been doing it, so let's just keep doing it.
All right, so we're doing. Since Kansas City is the home team, we'll just give him Kansas City.
I think he would have picked Kansas City too as well. Kansas City will win that game not easily, but they'll win that game.
It looks like a no-brainer, but we it's playoffs and it's football.
So yeah, anything can happen. But DeMarco Murray's not playing, so that's one thing.
Yeah, but DeMarco Murray hasn't been the reason why.
I know, but I'm just saying that's one less. Whatever.
Sure factor.
All right, who's next?
We have Bills at Jacksonville. Now, this is a tough game for Bills. This is a real tough game for Bills. Is LaShawn McCoy
playing? Didn't he leave last game with an ankle injury?
I don't think I think
if he's not playing, that's the whole offense right there. So Jacksonville's going to win this game like 12-6, and it's going to be just straight up field goals.
I don't know.
It's going to be straight up field goals. Jacksonville's winning, man.
Blake playoff Bortles,
which we've never seen before ever. So
he's one of those that's weird. He's like a Fitzpatrick. Like you just believe he sucks till he comes out of nowhere and throws for 4 touchdowns.
And then one day,
that's what he did this season. He threw for 4 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, and then out of nowhere he can throw for 3 picks as well. It's just that defense. They have a great killer defense, which that's the defense you don't want to face in the playoffs. You want them to get like beat up like facing another team,
right?
And then you face them, and then you can like tire them out. And
you want to play Jacksonville after they play like
you don't want to play them first round.
You want to play them after they play like New Orleans, Patriots, like Aaron Rodgers,
picks.
So those are the teams you want to play them after because they're tired after those games.
But unfortunately,
Bills got the short end of the straw. Yeah. I mean, I got a dude at my work who's a Bills fan.
Yeah.
Congrats, Bills fans, dude. This is hard. This all the marbles lined up, and you guys took it. You guys needed to win your game. You guys won your game. You guys needed Baltimore to lose their game. Guess fucking what? Baltimore lost their game.
Yeah.
Out of everything, Dalton.
Cincinnati came through and actually did something.
Last minute, the Baltimore defense was highly ranked, and they got to let that dude just run all over him.
And I think that's for that one game. I think that's why they gave Marvin Lewis a 2-year extension. That dude will never ever get fired. But let's put Jacksonville down because I'm sure you're gonna pick them as well, and Ricky will pick them as well too. I think Ricky got them too. But
big ups to Buffalo send almost 2,000 wings
to the Bengals.
To the Bengals, you know, that's a real way, you know. Show and not only they send the wings, they also donated a shit ton of money. You seen all those fans?
Yeah,
they hit 6 figures in donations.
Yeah,
dude.
That's crazy.
Big ups.
Yep, that's right. What do we got next?
ATL at
the Rams.
Sunny, beautiful LA.
Now, my instinct is to say just pick the Rams because Todd Gurley, Jared Goff.
Right, the offensive weapons are there.
Yeah, but it's also Matt Ryan on the other side with Julio Jones, Devonta Freeman,
who have something to prove.
Yes, they're up for revenge.
They need to get back in the Super Bowl. This
is
what they want to do.
And for me, write down the Rams, but I'm like 51% sure they're going to win. Like, I am 51% sure they're going to win. Atlanta's not a bad team, man. They're not bad. They snuck in the six seed, but
they're not great,
dude. They're not great, but like
the Rams have a better defense.
Yeah, definitely.
And their offense is really
good.
We know where their offense is.
The offense is really good, but man, Julio Jones.
Goff is definitely not a shitty quarterback.
Oh,
Goff
no.
is a good quarterback.
He's becoming good
with a great running back. In a very good defense.
Yes.
So, like, they just have to click right. And Atlanta has more problems in their end.
But they're the only thing they have up on the Rams is their experience.
Right. But that's...
And they're recently experienced, a.k.a. all the way to the Super Bowl. So...
But the Rams really...
I understand that.
There's a lot of want. This game has a lot of want.
The
Rams want to be in the Super Bowl after a long drought.
Yep.
And Atlanta wants to be in the Super Bowl after that loss.
28-3.
So,
yeah.
I also am going for the Rams. I want to see a Rams-Patriot game.
Okay. All right.
That's where I'm. Right. This is where I'm going.
You're foreshadowing.
Either Rams-Patriots or Rams. No, I'm sorry. Rams-Patriots or Patriots-Minnesota.
Okay. I can.
I like those. I like those numbers. I like definitely Patriots from the American League, but Minnesota or the
American League. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. AFC. Yeah. AFC from and NFC. Yeah.
Okay then. So definitely the Patriots from the Ace League and from no league.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
All right.
So
Ricky's going for.
I think he will pick Atlanta here.
I think he would too. I think he'll say
he wants that ass whooping again. Yeah, I think he will pick Atlanta. Yeah.
And the last game,
New Orleans versus Carolina.
Yeah.
Now this is another one that should be close.
They faced each other a few times this year.
Well, twice because they're in the same division.
Right. And aren't they 1-1?
1-1. Yeah. You go first.
So.
Okay, no, I'll go. Okay, New Orleans.
Dude, let's go.
New Orleans.
You want New Orleans?
Yeah.
Breeze is gonna come out of nowhere.
I don't see anyone else other than Cam Newton providing any sort of offense other than McCaffrey.
There's a rookie. That's a rookie of the year contender.
That's right.
That's another kid.
Forgot about him. But I just feel like Cam Newton is going to do something stupid throughout the whole game where he's going to want to do everything himself and then lose the game. But then the opposite can happen where he can just take over the game. But that's just all on one man. That's why I'm picking New Orleans, just because of the fact that it's, yeah.
These two teams have the same thing. The offense really goes through the quarterback. The main difference is hold on. The Breeze commands that offense.
Yes.
All right. So that's what I'm talking about. They set the tone.
Okay.
All right. The main difference is there's a lot more running weapons for New Orleans.
A lot more, yes.
Because they have Ingram and they have Kamara.
Yes.
But at the same note, for Carolina, Newton is a running threat.
Yes.
They have McCaffrey.
Yes.
And they have
Jonathan
Stewart.
Yes.
So they have 3 running backs. Stewart's not the best. He's not a leading contender in running backs, but he's still a weapon.
Yeah, but you're comparing...
I'm not comparing Kamara and Ingram to Stewart.
Yeah.
That's not a comparison. But I'm saying they have 3 weapons in running back.
They have 3 options that can run, yes.
Because you could throw McCaffrey in the slot.
Yes.
You could throw in Stewart in the backfield.
And Cam Newton can just run whatever he wants.
So now you have 3 very able running backs. And then you have Funches, who's showing up out of nowhere. But then...
That's it.
Yeah, that's their offense.
That's it. It's very predictable, in my opinion.
You say that's very predictable.
It's predictable.
Then if we're all predicting this stuff, then freaking Cam Newton's not running 100 yards every freaking game. Like
no.
This dude's making his running yard.
I think...
I feel the cornerback, Lattimore, is definitely like a leading thing.
Oh, he's legit for New Orleans. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and he'll probably stick on Funches the whole time.
Kuechly's not playing, is he?
Why wouldn't he play?
Thought he was injured with another
concussion. That dude has like a 19th concussion the last fucking 9 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
As far as I know, he's still playing. But what I think New Orleans will do is put a spy linebacker on Newton the whole game. At least they should. Lattimore on Funches the whole time, and just let McCaffrey beat you, which is that he can, but.
He definitely will.
He can, but as long as you run the ball with Kamara and Ingram, take time possession, 7-minute drive, score touchdowns, and then have Cam Newton have to all right, man, we're down 14. Like, we have to do some shit. That's why I'm picking New Orleans.
I think I'm going to do with Carolina.
Okay.
I'll do Carolina. It's like a 50-50. It's really tough because they with their offense, the way people play with New Orleans is if New Orleans is scoring a lot of points, the opposite teams ends up scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
If New Orleans not scoring points, usually the other team is also not scoring a lot of points. This is that type of game.
It goes hand in hand, basically. Right. Yeah.
New Orleans commands a lot of the other team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's now that you bring that up, it's as close as the Atlanta Rams. It's close, man. That's why the NFC. This is why I think
I think this game is closer than the Atlanta Rams.
And really,
I actually think this is a tougher game.
Okay. And this is why probably someone from the AFC is going to win the Super Bowl, because everyone from the NFC is going to beat each other up. There's such equal teams that they just out of those games they're just going to be so tired, and then someone has to come out of the NFC.
It's very defensive on the NFC.
Yeah, and meanwhile the AFC is either the Patriots or the Steelers, and they're just going to
Patriots, Steelers, or Philly.
And Patriots, Philly, Patriots, the Steelers, or no, I'm talking about just coming out of the AFC. It's either Patriots or the Steelers.
Right.
I mean, this is foreshadowing, predicting the other prediction, but because we don't know who we face. But the NFC is tough, man. But yeah, so Ricky will pick who?
New Orleans.
Okay. All right.
He likes Breeze a lot. He don't believe in Cam Newton. I don't think he believes in Cam Newton.
I don't think he ever said anything positive about Cam Newton.
No, but he believes more in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And they are home.
Yeah, he likes the home teams.
He likes the host. All his picks are home teams.
That's right. All my picks are homes, right? Except,
yeah.
I mean, that's what I think is going to happen.
I mean, the playoffs picks took a little longer, but it was more in depth.
Yeah. It's the playoffs, man. This doesn't happen.
We have a few teams on bye.
Patriots, Steelers, Philly, and the Vikings.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be some real hard games coming up.
And I think that does it, right, man?
I think this is it.
This is it, man. Thank you for listening to episode 12 of Across the Board podcast.
By the way, we went with the classic today. We went back to the
Glenfiddich.
Man, I can't say.
I can't say it. We have a picture.
15-year Glenfiddich.
Yeah, We have a picture of it on Instagram.
We'll toss it up again.
Yeah, we'll put. Yeah,
we still have some liquor left.
We have a lot of liquor left. And again, yeah, you can find that picture on Instagram at the Across the Board Podcast. Find us on Facebook at the Across the Board Podcast, iTunes and Google Play. Subscribe at the Across the Board Podcast. Sorry, I'm thinking too fast, man. This little whiskey is actually pretty good. Hold on, let me take a little swig.
And with that, I think
this is it, man. Thank you for listening. Feedback at the acrosstheboardpodcast.com. Email us with any questions, concern, anything you want to hear. And we'll see you on episode 13. Baker's Dozen, baby.